They called her the Virgin Queen, a powerful, untouchable image that made Elizabeth I look almost godlike. But the whispers at court? They told a very different story. Secret lovers, late-night visits, and a scandal that nearly cost her the throne. So, was Elizabeth really the Virgin Queen? Or was it just the best PR campaign in history? Let's be clear, Elizabeth didn't invent the title Virgin Queen overnight. It grew out of her decision never to marry. In the 16th century, that was shocking. A queen was expected to wed, produce heirs, and hand over some power to her husband. Elizabeth said, nope, not happening. Instead, she turned her unmarried status into a strength. She became the bride of England itself. Portraits showed her dressed in dazzling gowns covered in pearls, symbols of purity. Poems and speeches praised her as a goddess, a ruler above earthly passions. And it worked. By staying single, Elizabeth avoided being dragged into messy foreign alliances, and she kept all her political power. But, of course, the gossip mill had thoughts. Enter Robert Dudley, Elizabeth's childhood friend and lifelong favourite. He was handsome, charming, and constantly at her side. Court gossip exploded. Is he more than just a friend? Things got even juicier in 1560, when Dudley's wife, Amy Robsart, was found dead at the bottom of a staircase. Officially, it was an accident, but many suspected foul play. Some whispered Dudley arranged it so he could marry the Queen. Others thought Elizabeth herself had a hand in it. Historians today say the evidence points to an accident, but the scandal was enough to kill any chance of a royal wedding between them. Still, Dudley remained in Elizabeth's life for decades. She showered him with titles and land, and even when she flirted with other suitors, Dudley always seemed to be the one closest to her heart. The gossip never stopped. Elizabeth was a master at using marriage proposals as political tools. She entertained offers from kings and princes across Europe. The King of Sweden, the Duke of Anjou, even Philip II of Spain. Awkward, since he'd been married to her sister Mary. She would flirt, write letters, even let rumours fly, then suddenly back out. To foreign courts, it was frustrating. To Elizabeth, it was genius. She kept rivals guessing, avoided messy commitments, and always looked desirable, politically and personally. But her playful tactics fed more rumours. If she won't marry, she must be hiding something. Some claimed she had secret children. Others accused her of inappropriate affairs with courtiers. In reality, there's zero solid evidence. But in the hotbed of Tudor gossip, facts rarely mattered. One of the spiciest rumours was that Elizabeth and Dudley had a child together, hidden away in the countryside. Total myth, no evidence, no child, but the story stuck. Later in life, when Elizabeth showed favour to the much younger Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex, tongues wagged again. Was it romance or just politics? When Essex eventually rebelled against her, Elizabeth had him executed. People whispered it was the most painful breakup of her life. What's clear is this: Elizabeth carefully managed her image. She let just enough gossip swirl to keep people intrigued, but never enough to prove anything. She played the role of a woman above desire, while rumours painted her as passionate in secret. She was, in a way, the ultimate Elizabethan influencer, curating her brand while keeping her private life a mystery. So here's the million-dollar question. Was Elizabeth really the Virgin Queen? Historians are divided. Some say yes, that she genuinely chose chastity for political and personal reasons. Others suggest she may have had private relationships, but hid them so well that no proof ever survived. But maybe that's the wrong question. Virgin or not, Elizabeth turned the image of the Virgin Queen into her greatest weapon. It made her untouchable, it gave her authority, and it helped her rule for 45 years. And that, honestly, was the real genius of Elizabeth Tudor. So, virgin or PR icon? We may never know the truth, but what we do know is that Elizabeth's personal life, or the mystery of it, kept Europe guessing for decades. In the next episode, we'll spill the tea on Elizabeth's most scandalous relationship of all, her lifelong entanglement with Robert Dudley, and the suspicious death that still has people whispering to this day.